they called me weird. For a few years, they've made me feel like an outcast, but I've grown to leave that hatred in the past. I've learned to love, but I've been scolded because it wasn't right. I've learned to hug, but they pinpointed that it wasn't tight enough, so I blamed myself for not being enough. Little did I know that all roses can't be red. See, God colored mine forest green by a purpose, but I couldn't embrace it since I was blinded by a bunch of red roses in one place. So I questioned him. Why am I different? Didn't you love me enough to color me like them? Yet I never really asked why shouldn't I be different. See, they loved themselves so much that it made me feel like I'm nothing, like I'm not worthy of love. But he answered, I colored you forest green not because I ran out of red, because I needed to teach everyone that you don't need to be the same to fit in. It was then when I discovered self-love, that it is not measured by how I am treated, rather how I treat me. All roses can be red. I am forest green, allow me to reintroduce myself. So what if I love not like you? But yes, my love is authentic. What if I take longer in all I do? It doesn't mean I can't get it done. I am still learning to embrace features of me which no one appreciates.
People passed, people ran away, and this kid innocently raised his fist in a black power sign and said power to this passing hippo. The hippo stopped there on the spot and they opened fire on this 8-year kid. When I went to the mortuary on the weekend, I saw this kid at the mortuary. She was riddled with bullets beyond recognition. The black student in South Africa is being fed the type of education that will domesticate him to become a better tool for the white man when he joins the working community.
Welcome to the most captivating, interesting, educative show ever on African continent. You are welcome to So You Think You Know Africa. In this edition, we'll be dedicating this show to one of our legends, Nelson Mandela, the man that is celebrated all over Africa.
Hey yo, it's time for us to open up the industry. This is our mission. Success is our vision. Entertainment, that's what we are. The aRISE Festival.
As the African nationalist government clung to power,
I've been lenient and patient. Don't push us too far.
in the late 1980s, amid a tide of world pressure, the South African government was forced to accept the inevitable and began dismantling apartheid. In 1990, at the age of 71, Mandela was released unconditionally.
I stand here before you not as a prophet, but as a humble servant of you, the people.
Right here, we have our audience and our guests, and they think they know Africa, and so we will be asking them questions that pertain Africa. These beautiful people sitting right here, I tell you something for real. They know Africa, and I'm sure about that. In a few seconds, we are going to know whether their claim is right or wrong.
Long before Europeans arrived in the 15th century, Africa gave birth to a number of states and empires, especially along the coastal plains of the east and in the west south of the Sahara. Historians are beginning to chart the rise and fall of African civilizations, most of which had no written language. Today, emerging from centuries of colonial rule, all of Africa's nations are young countries. Homo sapiens first appeared over 2 million years ago in Tanzania. Much later, in Egypt, one of the world's earliest advanced civilizations emerged. The Nile, the same river that saw the rise of Egypt's early civilization, is now the lifeblood of one of Africa's most remote and mysterious peoples.
So, let's get to know our guest.
Hi, my name is Pearl.
Pearl, have you ever been out of South Africa?
Yes, I have.
Which country in Africa have you been to?
I've been to Mozambique.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's the only country I've been to out of South Africa.
So you think you know Africa?
Yeah, I think so.
We will know that just now.
All right.
My guest too.
Hi everyone, I go by the name of Robin.
Robin.
Yes.
Robin, how you doing? Which country in Africa have you ever been to?
I've never been to any country out of South Africa.
Man, you got to pray.
But I definitely know.
You will not win this competition. You've never been to any African country.
But I do know about Africa.
That's awesome. That's what I love to hear, man. Guest 3.
My name is Lerato, and I have been out of South Africa.
Yes.
I've been to Mozambique.
Oh, you've been to Mozambique together?
We went on to the same trip, yeah.
Mozambique is almost the same as South Africa. That's awesome. We're going to see if you guys really know Africa. I am so much excited having you young people talk about the knowledge of Africa. You understand? Because it all goes down to the knowledge. If you don't know who you are, another person will tell you who you are not, and you will believe them. Thank you very much. Pearl, are you ready to play?
Yes.
You sure?
I was born ready.
That's awesome. Okay. The first section of the show goes like this. How many questions can you answer in 2 minutes? Is that okay? We'll ask you as many questions as possible. If you are able to answer 20 of them, it's okay. If you are able to answer only 5 of them, it's okay. You understand?
All right.
We'll know that when it is 2 minutes, time is up. You understand? And I will move to the next person. So, Pearl, you ready?
I'm ready.
Awesome. So, your time starts now. Pearl, which African country did scientists find the remains of the oldest human being?
Ethiopia.
Correct. Number 2. Which country in Africa was the first to recognize same-sex marriage?
Oh my God. Do you know that?
I'm counting you.
Okay. Congo?
Uganda.
I'm afraid no.
Oh my God.
Your time is going. Should I move?
Please move to the next question.
Number 3. Which African country is the location where Africans were the first to organize fishing expedition almost 90,000 years ago?
That is Congo.
Correct. Number 3. Which African country is the location where the first mining center of the world started? That is 43,000 years ago.
Swaziland.
Correct. Number 4. Which African country is where the first calculator was found? That is 25,000 years ago. Which African country?
That is Congo.
Are you sure?
I think it is. Yes, I think so.
Correct.
Yes.
Let's move on. Your time is almost up. Many people think of Mesopotamia as the cradle of civilization. But which African country first started systematic agriculture farming almost 12,000 years ago?
That is. Oh my God.
Isn't it like
You have 40
Nigeria
seconds to
something?
go.
No, it's not.
No.
Crops.
Egypt?
No.
No, Egypt is like
It's a
pyramids.
competition. You can be happy here for now.
Okay, I'll go
don't think
with
that's-
Ethiopia.
I'm sorry, it's wrong. It's Egypt. Time's up.
Okay.
So you have answered 5 questions correct. Pearl, that was awesome. Lerato, Lerato, you also been to Mozambique, right?
Yes.
So it means you know so much about Africa, isn't it?
I think so.
Yes. So let us go into the questions and see how much you know about Africa.
Okay.
Which African country has the largest population?
Nigeria.
Correct. Almost 300 million people. Which African country has more than half of parliament consists of women?
Rwanda.
Correct. What country in Africa has the lowest unemployment rate?
Algeria. No, it's not Algeria. Niger.
Niger, the correct pronunciation, but you correct. Which country was the first to build castle with glass window in the world?
Egypt.
Wrong. Try again.
I'll go with Ethiopia.
Correct. Ethiopia. The fact they started this whole thing before the West even knew anything about it. Okay. Let's continue. We're almost there. Your time is almost up. Which African country minted its own coin over 1,500 years ago? You got 5 questions correct. If you get this one correct,
Please repeat the question again.
which country in Africa was the first to mint their own coin?
Egypt.
Wrong. The time is almost gone.
Ethiopia.
Correct. Ethiopia. You just have 2 minutes to go. Let's see whether you can squeeze it in. The oldest Bible ever written is found in which country in Africa? Wrong. Your time is up. Actually, in Ethiopia also. 88 chapters of the Bible found in Ethiopia. Thank you very much for playing the first round. Robin,
Yes, sir.
man, you think you know Africa?
I'd love to believe so, yeah.
That's great. So let's go. Are you ready?
Born ready.
Ready.
Yes, sir.
Who is the longest serving president in Africa?
The longest serving president.
Yes.
His name or where he's from.
Yeah, his name and where he's from. That would be awesome if you tell me where he's from.
Let me just start from where he is from. I'd say the president of the president of Ethiopia.
Wrong. You wanna try again?
No. I don't think I was even born by that.
The president of Cameroon, Paul Biya, he has been leading Cameroon for 44 years, 351 days. Let's go. Who is the richest woman in Africa?
Richest woman in Africa.
Yes.
Ooh. That's tough. Okay, do you know that?
It's a competition.
Pass, please.
Okay, we go.
Please.
Dos Santos, the daughter of the former president of Angola. Okay, we're going on. Which African country has the most pyramid in the entire world?
Egypt.
Wrong.
Am I really gonna?
Wrong.
something?
Many people think it's Egypt. It's not Egypt.
Is it?
No. You want to try or you want to move? So you think you know Africa? I don't think so. Okay, cool. Actually, it's Sudan. Sudan has 226 pyramids, double the pyramid in Egypt. That's correct, right? Let's move. Which area of Africa is considered non-self-governing territory? Which area of Africa is considered non-self-governing territory? Nobody governs that place.
Isn't it Madagascar?
I'm afraid no. Your time is almost up. Western Sahara, south of Morocco.
I don't think I knew that.
Time up.
Is that a 5-0 thing?
From a small private collection of artifacts and craftworks in the basement of Robert's house, Panti Museum was accorded private museum status in the year 2000, and being closely linked to the art center, architect Paul McCullough was then inspired to making the building an art center.
In my own life as an architect, which is my number one life, I always was interested in the idea of communities. To work for communities is the most satisfying way of actually being an architect, because every time you do something, you actually learn something and you can really make a difference. So as we went along, we start picking up a few things here. There's an artwork from here and something else wonderful from there. We bring them in for lessons, or we kind of organize through the African Art Center to sell their work. And so slowly you become all involved and you start to find out more. And then as you go in, you find a lovely beer pot. And then we find that in this area, there are different pots to in that area. Or in this area, they're decorated slightly differently. And so I've been collecting all these years out of respect for what people actually do, this wonderful art, and out of the objective of actually showing it to the rest of the world.
With the museum having a spectacularly rich collection of over 5,000 artifacts, one of their premier attractions is the 30 life-sized puppets clothed in ceremonial attire representing various ethnographic districts.
I would like to note the one from Tukela Ferry, a married woman. She's wearing an apron which is made out of a bark skin called isikwayo in Zulu. It's a pregnancy apron that is worn by a married woman, especially when she's pregnant for the first time. We also have a puppet who's symbolizing a man playing guitar. Maybe we can say umaskande. He's dressed in a modern way. Men were employed up in the city, in Cape Town, in the mines. Some of them were employed as domestic workers working in the kitchen, cleaning the houses. When the man was employed in the kitchen as a domestic worker, they were wearing skins. They couldn't allow them to enter into their houses with the skin. So they had to find something to replace those skin that will suit them while they are working for them. Those are called kitchen suits.
The artifacts that impressed me most here were, I think, the dresses, because you could see different types of people and of tribes.
Interesting to see how people could craft things out of wood, and like the different color combinations, you could tell from which area a person is.
All the beautiful beaded vests that the brides have to make, and they can't talk, they can only sing, so they don't gossip. I thought that was all very, very interesting.
The puppets with all the clothes, and I especially like the aprons and the capes with lots of beads, because you can just see how much work went into that.
Rome T has done it again.
Hey, put your pride aside, yeah. Hey, put your pride aside. If you put it aside, you can achieve a lot. Just don't put security over loyalty for real. Hey, put your pride aside. Hey, put your pride aside. You can call a text, just hit me up. Deep down, I know you want to, baby. Put your pride aside, yeah. Hey, put your pride aside. If you put it aside, you can achieve a lot. Just don't put security over loyalty for real. Hey, put your pride aside, yeah. Put your pride aside. You can call a text, just hit me up. Deep down, I know you want to, baby. Yeah, first things first, put your pride aside. Hey, hey, yeah. All you that are hating, what you proud of? Yeah, you ain't got. Yeah, maybe you can take notes a little bit, and you can learn if the shoe fit. Yeah, cause I say things blunt, you can smoke my truth, and I'm killing all the youth like I'm cannabis. I'm hazardous, it's my flow, periods, I'm serious. Oh my god, no condom, I'm an idiot. Yeah, and these days you can't even say big up to a cause a didn't say it first. Hey, this world is really cursed, hey, and got pride, got pride, man. People got pride, you can even pick a side, man. That shit crazy, yeah. And all them haters are lazy, yeah. They talk a lot when we do a lot, and I can give about what I gotta say. Pushing and winning, and I be winning every day. If you gon' book, then you gotta pay. But you know what it is, I'm cool. Hey, okay, God. Deep down, I know you want to, baby. Yeah. Just hit me up, baby. Just feel free. Maybe one day you can get the D, and don't tell your friends. Just swallow your pride. That just didn't let it be. Hey, put your pride aside, yeah. Hey, put your pride aside. If you put it aside, you can achieve a lot. Just don't put security over loyalty for real. Hey, put your pride aside. Hey, put your pride aside. You can call a text, just hit me up. Deep down, I know you want to, baby. Put your pride aside, yeah. Hey, put your pride aside. If you put it aside, you can achieve a lot. Just don't put security over loyalty for real. Hey, put your pride aside, yeah. Put your pride aside. You can call a text, just hit me up. Deep down, I know you want to, baby. Yeah. Thing these days is, yeah, we all want clout, hey, and we all got pride, yeah, so it won't work out, yeah, but you gotta decide, yeah, man, it will count, hey, but I won't doubt, y'all won't know what I am about, got Are you okay? Deep down I know you want to, baby.
What was the deadliest war since World War II, which took place in Africa?
It is the Second Congo War.
Yeah.
In 1993 until 2003.
You got a year wrong, but actually I just asked you of the country. Thank you for going further. I am answering the year and all of those stuff. Actually, it's the Second War in Congo. It was in 1998 to 2003. 5.4 million people died. Okay, let's move on very quickly. Which African country created the checkbook in 1951-80? The checkbook. Do you even know what a checkbook is?
I'll go with Ethiopia.
Wrong. You have answered 2 questions, Naracha.
Egypt.
Wrong.
I will pass that one.
Okay, let's go. The country is actually gone. So, let's go. Which empire in 14th century became the richest in the world? That was the richest place on the planet Earth at that time. Which empire was it?
Mali.
Correct. Mali Empire. Actually correct. That was the richest place on Earth at that time. Okay, let's continue. Africa ruled the world for how many years? That's like we have America's power now. Africa was also power for how many years? autopsy and operation in the entire world. They were the first people to perform the autopsy and operation in the world. Which country is that?
Ethiopia.
Wrong. You have 2 minutes left. No, sorry, you have 2 seconds.
Algeria.
No, wrong. Actually, Lerato, your time is up. It's Uganda. So you have answered 5 questions. Not bad. You really did very well.
Since we met you people 500 years ago, look at us. We've given everything. You are still taking. It's true. I mean, where will the whole Western world be without Africa? Our cocoa, our timber, our gold, our diamonds, our platinum, our whatever. Everything you are is us. I am not saying it, it's a fact. And in return for all of this, what have we got? Nothing. Anti-personnel indoctrination against ourselves. If you go and cook your horrible diseases like AIDS, you say it is us. You brought us tuberculosis. We didn't have this big cough until white people came here. In exchange for Africa giving Europe 500 solid years of our people, I mean not Europe, the Western world, of our human beings to work your canes, to dig your gold, to take in gold itself, diamond, I mean you know, fish, peanuts, palm oil, everything. In exchange for that, we have got nothing. Nothing. And you know it. Nothing. And you look upon, you know, white folks look upon us like monkeys. It is true. It's in your literature. Hey, you know, some of your best thinkers have said this about us. Have you heard of all these Germans? Have you heard?
Okay.
Yes. They said, Lord Burton, people like that, they said, we don't even have the brain of animals. That's what we've got from you people.
But don't you think that this is over now?
Over where? Is it over? Who said that AIDS came from the green monkey?
Descriptions of their advanced society can be found in the journals of early explorers. They left these bronze plaques as a vivid memorial to their lifestyle. Their king ruled as an absolute monarch, capable of mobilizing 100,000 men on a day's notice. He sent representatives to the Portuguese court. His merchants were the shrewdest of businessmen. The Portuguese and the Dutch were full of admiration for what they saw. To please these early European visitors, the artists of Benin produced masterpieces in ivory, like this 15th century carving. It depicts the sailors and merchants to whom it was designed to appeal. Produced in large numbers, this carving would have cost about as much as a good shirt. The Europeans who bought these earliest souvenirs cleared the way for the start of the slave trade. Gradually, this unnatural commerce destroyed the social and economic framework of Benin.
Robin,
Yes,
this time...
Hopefully I'll make a comeback.
Yeah, you're going to make a comeback. Let's see whether you are going to kick Pear out of the whole thing. You understand? Because with Lerato, I don't know. Because she has answered 5 questions already, my man. So that is tough to beat. So, let's go. Which ancient African kingdom existed around 2500 BC and was rich in ebony, gold, and exotic animals. Which kingdom was that?
Asian African country.
What's that? I didn't hear you very well.
Mali.
Wrong. Should I move forward or?
Please.
Okay. It was the kingdom of Put. Okay. Which ancient African kingdom exists around 200 BC and was a trading juggernaut whose gold and ivory made it vital link between ancient Europe and Far East? Which kingdom is that?
Please pause.
I'll pass. Actually, it was the kingdom of Aksum in Sudan. What is the name of the longest river in Africa? The time is counting. Should I pass?
Yes, please.
River Nile is the longest river in Africa. I passed. So now, what is the name of the biggest hospital on earth?
Biggest hospital on earth.
Where?
Isn't it
Just say it.
Paragon Hospital?
Correct. You're making a comeback for real. Now, let's go. What is the smallest country in Africa?
Smallest.
Yeah, smallest country.
Non-island country.
Yeah. Your time is almost 30 seconds.
Lesotho.
Wrong. When I say smallest country, I mean by population.
Oh.
Come on. Okay. What is the cleanest city in Africa? The most clean city in Africa?
The cleanest city in Africa.
Yeah. Let's go. Let's
Cleanest
go.
city in Africa. Cleanest city in Africa. Cleanest city in Africa.
Your time is almost up. I have my time right here on the phone. Time is almost up.
Egypt.
City.
City. Sorry, not a country. I have no clues.
Okay. It's actually Cape Town. You don't want to believe it because you live in South Africa. Your time is up. Thank you. You did answer some questions this time.
Today, these stelae, up to 100 feet high and carved from single slabs of rock, remain to remind the world of the once mighty capital city of Aksum. The capital of Ethiopia was moved south to the mountains, eventually to Lalibela. There, King Lalibela ordered churches to be cut out of the living rock. Some of these churches are still in use today. Archaeology shows that in West Africa, in the savanna countries south of the Sahara, iron was in use from about 400 BC on. During the next 1,000 years, iron production spread throughout the continent. Following the introduction of iron, West African trade expanded, and a succession of states and urban centers rose and fell. Ghana, Mali, Songhai, Hausa, and Kanemborno.
Let's see what Pearl will do. If Pearl cannot answer any question, then she will be eliminated. If Pearl answers more than 2 questions, you will be eliminated.
Okay.
And we will now have friend face her friend for the prize. Okay, Pearl.
Yes.
Are you ready?
Ready.
The last round, you got the most of the questions. So now let's see whether you are able to get more than Lerato. Is that okay? Which country in Africa has the most strongest passport? With their passport, you can travel to 151 countries with no visa.
Is that Nigeria?
Wrong. I'm sorry, Nigeria. In fact, any country, even in Africa, you must travel with a visa. They don't trust them. Okay, I didn't say that. Yeah, so you understand what I mean? So,
Okay.
so with them, in even their neighboring country, which is Ghana, you must travel with a visa. If you're in Nigeria, they want to see visa in your passport. Okay.
Yep.
So, which country do you think is that? Should I pass?
Please pass.
Celsius. Celsius has the strongest passport. And then Mauritius, then South Africa. Okay, let's go. Which country is known by a nickname Africans Eden? Like Garden of Eden. So we have African Eden also.
Ethiopia?
Wrong. Should I pass?
Yeah, please pass.
Principal and Sao Tome is the country.
Wow.
You even know about Principal
I
and Sao
didn't
Tome?
even know that.
It's a country in Africa. Now you must know Africa.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go. There are 3 precious metals.
Okay.
Yes, that are in abundance in Africa. In fact, anywhere you go in Africa, you find them. So, which metals are these?
Metals?
Yes. Just pardon my pronunciation, since you understand that is okay.
Please pass.
I must pass.
Yeah.
Your time is going. Which ancient African empire exists around 1585 AD at its height in what is known as Southern Congo today?
Lalina, Ethiopia.
No. I'm talking of an empire. What's the name of the empire?
Okay, pass, please.
Which is the most spoken language in Africa?
It's Swahili and English.
Correct. Which African country is where, which African country was first to invent toilet, sewer system, bath, and soap? Before you get any other country having toilet system, water system, this country has done that already, many years ago. Which country is that?
Nigeria.
Wrong. Wanna try again?
No, please pass.
Okay. Your time is almost up. Who is the first African female president?
Pass.
What is the first female African president is Sirleaf Johnson, right?
Okay.
You mustn't forget that. So, who is the what is the largest country by area in Africa? Like the landmass is huge.
Nigeria.
Wrong. They actually have a very small landmass. It's just that people are there a lot.
Okay.
How many questions have you answered already? One. Okay. I bet also answered 1. This is gonna be funny. Oh no, fun. All the same thing. Yeah. Should I move? Should I move forward?
Please.
Okay. Now the country with the largest landmass is actually Algeria, right? Followed by South Africa. They have a very big landmass but no people. You understand? What is the population of South Africa?
Population.
Yes.
It has to be 64 million.
The last census, 57 million. Okay, we're almost there, right? We're almost there. So, before colonialism, Africa had how many states? Before we have there's Europeans coming into Africa to colonize them and all of those stuff, they already have states. How many were those states?
I think we had 5.
Wrong. Africa actually had 10,000 states before colonialism. Your last question. This one, if you get it right, Robert is eliminated, right? But if you get it wrong, I will have to ask you a question. Anybody who answers first stays. The person who fails to answer lives. Is that okay?
Okay.
Now, this is the question for you. The only street on earth that has 2 Nobel Prize winners is called what?
The longest?
The only street.
The only street.
On earth that housed 2 Nobel Prize winners. So on that street, we have the houses of 2 people who won the Nobel Prize. SYTYKA street. So I'm sorry, we have to. Okay, good. I'm gonna ask you a question.
Okay.
So whoever knows it, just answer immediately. You understand?
Give me time to kill.
Yeah, just answer immediately. And whosoever cannot answer, please, you will just have to say something nice to the show and leave. Is that okay?
Okay.
Now, here we go. Despite South Africa's status as a democratic republic, which province still has a monarchy? Yes. South Africa is a democratic country, but there is a province in South Africa that still practice monarchy.
Northwest.
Correct. KwaZulu-Natal, and the king is who?
King Shaka.
King Shaka?
No.
King Shaka is no. I can just put 2 of you away right now. When you
No,
say
I
King Shaka.
answered the question.
Man, I kill, man.
The spirit of Sophia Town lives on in the music of Mango Groove, but their reality is in today's apartheid South Africa.
The shock and the real meaning of what Mango Groove was doing to me actually came home. We were driving through the country and we were in deep apartheid South Africa. And we walked into a bar and the black members were asked to leave. And that in a way strengthened my resolve that we had to make this thing work.
Don't sleep, man. What's the matter with you?
Just as Mango Groove's music takes a look at its roots, it also focuses on the future.
We're definitely a post-apartheid band.
The band itself is a microcosm of what we want as future South Africa to look like.
I was surprised how much they knew Africa. But at the end of round 1, somebody has to go. And I'm afraid it's the man in the building that has to leave. Man, thank you so much.
Thank you for
trying.
Thank you for having me.
We'll see you next time.
I will be
Have
back.
a nice one. You'll be back.
Hopefully
I believe that.
Hopefully with more questions and more answers.
I believe that. You will be back. Thank you so much for coming.
Shut up.
So, aRISE Festival was created because I felt that June 16 needed to represent something new right now. And because of COVID-19, everybody has been impacted. The people that have been impacted the most are young people. Because of the lack of infrastructure available to support them, SASA cannot become the final definition of where we are sourcing our help from. We cannot create a grant-based system in a debt-based economy. For me, that just doesn't make sense. And I feel that there's been so many people with so much talent who have been overlooked, who have submitted to the current structures that exist. And just because somebody decides, I don't like you, or somebody decides, I would rather prioritize this content because I've received a check, is not fair. Because I think that Africa has a lot to give to the rest of the world, and it's not getting there because there's people who would rather take a check than to make a difference.